I love the Taiwanese film Yi Yi. Oh. You know this film?
Every day in life is a first time. Every morning is new. We never live the same day twice.
You know that?
Masterpiece. Great film. This was, I don't know, 15 years ago.
Yi Yi.
Yeah. I saw it at a festival in Australia. Brilliant Taiwanese film.
Jeffrey, you're the fifth to replace. Does it change your life at all?
It's a great, it's just sort of become part of, it's threaded its way through the last 10 or 15 years of my career, in and around other stuff. This has been the solid reference point, you know. So for me, it's like I'd spent a lot of time in theatre companies before I got into film, where you'd be on contract for maybe 3 years doing 8 plays a year. There's no equivalent to that in cinema. But this kind of project means I have a recurring conversation with Johnny every 3 or 4 years about where did Jack and Barbosa go now, or the writers have made him different each time. You know, Jack in this one is like absolutely has hit rock bottom and he's lost all of his flair and all of his friends and all of his hopes. And Barbosa's become terribly rich and vulgar. And then this guy comes along, you know, half prawn, half human. So there's nice new elements to play out. You know?
And speaking about encountering Johnny, and you met a new version of Johnny Depp, the young version.
That is one of the moments in the movie that is very impressive to see the young Jack Sparrow, and to be part of that flashback. It's great. It's a great moment in the movie. Again, to work with Johnny, as Jeffrey said, is to be very alert and to be very alive, because he knows so well his character by now that you don't know what's going to happen, and then you have to be open to whatever happens. And it's great to be in that situation with your fellow actor.
And
he's as quick with his tongue, with a really surprising, funny line.
Exactly.
As he is with a sword.
Exactly.
You know, you don't know which way it's going to go.
Wow, so it's an improvised. It's not on the script.
There are things. Generally, it works its way down to, you know, a pretty determined thing, but. I think there are ad libs that Johnny's kind of done during rehearsals or during early takes that sort of find their way into the spontaneity of the moment.
So did you guys all like laughed out loud and you couldn't control yourself during shooting?
No, well,
because it's really funny.
Know, it's a very intense industrial kind of landscape when you're there, particularly with this being so driven by astonishing computer-generated effects. You know, you look at this, you sort of do see a shark come out of the split ocean, you know, and hammerhead and all of that, and boats on the edge of the precipice of water and everything. So when you're filming it, you're on these big hydraulic ships, and but it is funny because the first scene Javier and I had, he's there half prawn, half human, with like shell, you know, you want to crack him open and eat him for Sunday lunch. And he's there on 2 sticks and squid ink coming out of his mouth, and I'm there with a crutch and a wooden leg. So we really felt like 2 very, very weird creatures having bargaining dialogue, I think, as we're kind of hovering around each other. That was pretty funny, but we had to take that quite seriously because it was really setting up the chess game between the two of us.
Right. That's something I'm curious about, like your special makeup. The shills, are they real?
The cracks in the face, and there was special makeup. Great job they did. And the hair is more digital.
They built 11 practical ships for this movie.
Crazy.
Are you guys having seasick during shooting?
No, well,
Not
you know,
at all?
Javier
With
was
the
on
bumper
the
ride?
early films. We used to go out to sea. The first 3 films, at least, we'd be out at sea every day for 3 or 4 weeks. This one, because of the nature of Salazar, Javier's character, coming back from the Devil's Triangle, 25
Right.
years in purgatory under the ocean. They wanted his boat and the ocean to be much trippier and much more surreal than you'd ever get
Right.
on location, you know. So we were on hydraulic boats, but all green screen behind us. We're never out at sea.
So no seasick.
But it's pretty magical when you see the
Yeah.
end product. It's,
You won't tell when you watch the movie that we were not on sea.
I know, yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So, well,
It's amazing.
it's a wonder to me.
But people used to get seasick. Kevin McNally, who plays Joshua Gibbs, on the first film, they were out on the Interceptor, which was being crewed by
Oh, wow.
real guys, and it was all working with sails, and they were 30 miles out, and it was rough. And he said before this, they all had buckets. It'd be like stand by and go,
Oh my god.
Rolling.
and then rolling, and then they had to do their dialogue. So it
Oh
was
my God.
it was like the life of a pirate.
Okay, last question. The best reason to see the Pirates of the Caribbean? Dead men tell, no tells.
Because I think if you're a fan of pirates, it may be one of the best experiences that you are looking for. And if you're not a fan, you will become one because it's a great movie
It
for
is.
what it is.
I can only concur. I mean, you know, in all 5 films, they've the writers have tried to deal with all the kind of weird folklore and mythology of pirate literature or pirate realities. You know, like fear of going off the edge of the world, which happened in
Right.
Pirates 3, and then those feral mermaids in the last one, the Kraken. You know, the monster beneath the sea, and now this has got a little bit of an Atlantis, the Poseidon's trident, you know, the big goals, the thing that will control ownership of the ocean, you know. These are big kind of fairy tales about pirates in a way.